Hey, welcome everybody to the Pursuit of Awesomeness podcast. I'm Dane Kuhlman and excited that you chose to check us out today. Remember, you can download our podcast on Podbean, iTunes, SoundCloud. Check out our website, danekuhlman.com, or on Facebook or Instagram at Dane Kuhlman. So today, I want to talk about something that we all face, we all struggle. In the entrepreneurship life, it's something that is very, very true to many entrepreneurs. And that is the up and down struggles of, what happens on a day-to-day basis. But really, this is so relevant to all aspects of life, no matter what you do, no matter what your trade or, path in life is. It's all about hitting adversity, overcoming adversity, the response of adversity, and what you're able to do from that adversity. How you're able to turn lemonade from lemons, right? What you're able to do that will make all the difference in the whole entire world. So there's a couple parables that I've heard in the last couple years that have really impacted me hard. But one is always stuck with me when it comes to this. And I wanted to share it with everybody because I think that it is one of the best written parables, if you will, for understanding the ups and downs and why things happen and not losing faith and realizing that there is a bigger picture involved. So it's called The Farmer's Fortune. Once upon a time, there was an old farmer who had worked his crops for many years. One day, his horse ran away. Upon hearing the news, his neighbors came to visit. "Such bad luck," they said sympathetically. "Perhaps," the farmer replied. The next morning, the horse returned, bringing with it 3 other wild horses. "What great luck," the neighbors explained. "Perhaps," replied the old man. The following day, his son tried to ride one of the untamed horses, was thrown and broke his legs. The neighbors again came to offer their sympathy on his misfortune. "Perhaps," answered the farmer. The day after, military officials came to the village to draft young men into the army. Seeing the son's legs were broken, they passed him by. The neighbors congratulated the farmer on how well things had turned out. "Perhaps," said the farmer. I love this. How many times do we run into situations like the horse runs away, or like the broken leg, or like the adversity that we strike? And we jump straight to the conclusion. We jump straight to the negative path, the sympathetic, victim approach to why me, why did this happen? When ultimately, so often curses like that turns into blessings. Rejection turns into redirection, is one way to put it. I think Forrest Gump put it best. Life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get, right? So life is full of ups and downs. And it's balancing the ups with the downs and understanding the downs are just a season. The downs are fundamentally something that will happen even in the best of times. But there is a reason for the downs. There's light at the end of the tunnel. And also recognizing the ups, that if we want to ride the momentum of the ups, we want to leverage the ups, the energy, the positive momentum that things like that can create. However, we can't just ride all of our laurels on that because times will get tough again. They talk about prayer is just as important, or those relationships are just as important in the good times as they are the bad. But it's amazing how we are quick to forget about those things when we are up. But we are quick to act and ask for things when we are down. So in this parable, the farmer is a perfect example of understanding the circumstance. That great things happen, and thank you, perhaps, right? and bad things happen, and it is just all a part of the journey. So I love that and wanted to share that with you, because that's something that in every phase of my life, from being a college athlete to being a director of sales to running my own business, to being a dad, to being a husband, to everything really that I've ever done, there has been a wild ride of ups and downs. And more often than not, the downs that occurred in life, in the situation, in anything, had a unforeseen blessing to them. One, it's science, it's anatomy, that muscle growth only comes from when the muscle fiber is broken down. Growth comes outside the comfort zone. So when things happen that are negative, it's finding that opportunity in that negative and understanding that it is a part of the process, and it is something that is preparing us for the next step, the next level. I've said that in previous podcasts before, that if you can view negative circumstances as what is this preparing me to do, and to be able to find the positive in it, straight Jocko Willenick style, some adversity comes and you say good, that's the mentality that will help get you to the next level and help progress you down your path. And it's something you have to remind yourself constantly. This isn't just a, oh yeah, I get it type message. It is a constant reminder and evaluation of, where am I at right now? What level, what part of the roller coaster? Am I on a high part of the roller coaster? Am I on a low part of the roller coaster? Am I in a staying in the same position and just cruising part of the roller coaster ride? Recognizing where you're at is very important, and being appreciative for where you're at, and recognizing that the adversities, the ups and downs that have gotten you there and how you've responded to those is the reason why you are where you are. I believe it's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, that E plus R equals O. The events plus your response equals the outcome. No, it's Success Principles. There we go. Covey, Success Principles. I lied. Jack Canfield's Success Principles. Great book, too. I mean, there's like 100 principles there. I can't keep them all straight. But the event you can't control. You can't control many times the ups or the downs. You cannot control the roller coaster. You cannot control the waves. What you can control is your response of the waves. And if you've ever tried to body surf, and if you're as terrible at it as me, you understand that every time you crash gets you closer to being able to ride the wave if you look for the lesson in what you did wrong. Did you jump too early? Did you jump too late? Did you paddle too hard? Did you not paddle hard enough? Did you bring the wrong board to try to body surf? And looking at those, looking at the factors that are within your control and controlling those will create either a positive or negative outcome, whether the event itself is positive or negative. So it might be a positive event. Did you learn from that as well? And are you as equally grateful for that positive event as you are for that negative event that you learned from? Are you equally as willing to find the opportunities? Many times we want to, whenever something good happens, we talked about this yesterday, we want to take credit for that and not really explore our opportunities. When bad things happen, that's when we break it down, and that's when we ask for external help, when it is equally as important as looking for those opportunities in both the good and the bad. And a perfect example of this is you look at great football coaches. Football team might walk off the field. They just won the game 70-0. And you hear the football coach talk about the one play that they did not run right. That is how you get better. That is a coach that is focused on getting better. That is very Bill Belichick, if you will. So wanted to share that today. I know we're a little bit out of cadence. Our cadence on the pursuit of awesomeness is we generally have one clip of something, a message that I want to send, and then we interview. But this was just so heavy and hard on my heart. I felt very compelled that I wanted to get this message out to everybody. And hopefully you hear this and it is something that can make an impact in your life, in your day-to-day, in wherever in that roller coaster you are. So thank you so much for listening. As always, if you can share and spread the word for our message, we would appreciate it. We want to touch as many people as humanly possible and help people on their journey, whether it be entrepreneurship or whether it just be in life, because so many of the principles in both run hand in hand and side by side. So hope everyone enjoys their time, and until next time, everybody.